What's up, everyone? Mr. Roskam from the Project VCR Podcast, doing something a little bit different today. So today is April 14th, 2017. It is the second day, I believe, of the Star Wars celebration down in Orlando. And later today, we're supposed to have the Last Jedi panel, and everybody is anticipating the first teaser trailer for The Last Jedi. We've seen nothing so far of this, aside from one or two promotional shots from toys and merchandise. So as of right now, we have zero information about The Last Jedi, and what I want to do is I want to go back and take a look at the first teaser for The Force Awakens that came out in November of 2014. So over a year before The Force Awakens came out, we got the very first teaser. So I want to look at this kind of scene by scene, talk about it a little bit, and kind of break it down and look at it after the fact, after we've seen Force Awakens, after it's been out for a year and a half now. So we're going to go ahead and watch this teaser from The Force Awakens. So let's play.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Okay, so a couple things going on here. First, we hear the voice of Snoke. Again, no context. All we hear is this kind of dark, gritty, very evil-sounding voice and saying, "There's been an awakening, have you felt it?" Which that line did make it into the final cut of the movie. And then we get this shot of Finn kind of waking up as a stormtrooper. And just immediately, in just those 2 seconds that he's on screen, between the music, the expression on his face, and just the look of what's going on, you get this sense that he's probably on the run or in some sort of danger. And you could tell he's in a stormtrooper outfit, but you don't know, is he a rebel disguised as a stormtrooper, or as we find out later, he's a stormtrooper on the run who's defected from the First Order, which at this point in the previous season we had no idea what the First Order was. But one thing about this trailer that I've loved from the very first time that I saw it was the music. You listen to the music playing in the background, and it's a very fast pace, very impending danger vibe to it. It really makes this trailer. So if you really have never paid attention to the music, do it when you watch this trailer, because it's just it really gives you that sense that something imminent is coming. A very, very evil, very amazing sounding score. So continue. So right there, we get the shot of BB-8. So already we've been introduced to Finn and BB-8, two of the key characters from Force Awakens. And then we get this awesome, awesome shot of the stormtroopers. And this, as we know now, comes from that opening scene where they come into the village and they're looking for the plans or the map to Luke Skywalker. But just that shot of the stormtroopers waiting in anticipation, and then the back of the ship opening and then ready to pour out, it gives you a sense of kind of like the invasion of Normandy kind of thing, where those guys are all coming in on the boats and the thing drops and they just go right into a fight. Turns out it really wasn't that much of a fight. The stormtroopers pretty much just plowed through that village. There was a little bit of resistance, but those poor villagers never had a chance. But in the context of this trailer, without knowing any of that, awesome shot. And again, the music just is incredible. So we're going to back up just a second here, and we're going to rewatch that and continue on. Okay, so we're introduced to Rey right there. And again, with that music playing in the background and the expression on her face, that scene made it look like she was kind of on the run, like she was starting up her speeder and she was trying to get the hell out of Dodge. From what we don't know, and that actual scene of her taking off on the speeder didn't really make it into the final cut, at least not that particular shot. So we never really saw the context of that. And it could have just been a scene from when she was scavenging in the beginning and she was just leaving to go turn in all of her scavenged goods, and maybe they sped it up a little bit. I don't know, but the way they presented it in this trailer was pretty sweet, because again, it looks like she's on the run. The fast-paced music is going. You get the feeling like some shit's about to go down. it didn't really pan out in the movie for this shot, but it was still pretty cool. So we're just going to back up again. And that was the money shot, the introduction of Poe, which that shot of Poe barely looks like him. Even after we saw subsequent trailers, that first shot, I didn't realize that shot of Poe was that same guy that was Poe later on. It was a very weird look at his face. But that shot with the X-Wings skimming the top of the water is fucking sweet. Everybody went crazy for that shot, and it still is an amazing shot in the movie, because in the movie, that's when they go and they rescue Han Solo and everybody after Maz Kanata's place had been blown up and the First Order had come in. But the very first shot of that in the movie was Han Solo and Chewie and them were kind of looking on the horizon, and they saw the X-Wings coming. Then it went to that shot that we just saw, which was fucking sweet. So backing up just again.
The dark side. And the light.
So that's our first shot of Kylo Ren and the broad saber, the new lightsaber with the two broadsword sides sticking out. It's still a unique lightsaber. I don't know if we're going to see that again in Last Jedi. I don't know if I don't think his saber was destroyed, so he could still have that same saber in the following movie. But it's a very crude-looking saber, but very sweet also. And he ended up using those to his advantage in his fight with Finn. So, very neat. There was a lot of controversy after that, I remember. A lot of people like, oh, that looks fucking stupid. Or a lot of people said it was sweet. Some divided opinions on Kylo Ren's lightsaber. And then again, we hear Snoke say the dark side and the light. That one line never made it into the final cut of the movie. So we have one scene left. So that last shot was very clever, because up to this point, all of these little snippets that we've been getting is really just our introduction to the new characters, right? Because it starts off with Finn, BB-8, Rey, Poe, and Kylo Ren. It really, this trailer is introducing us to the 5 new key players in Force Awakens, even though we probably didn't realize it at the time, because the whole movie is centered around these people far more than the original cast. However, that last shot of the Millennium Falcon was our throwback shot, right? To let us know, yes, this is still the Star Wars you know, as we hear that familiar John Williams score, and then the Millennium Falcon doing that crazy maneuver, which, again, come to find out, was from the very beginning of the movie. And that was the key thing about this teaser, and that's something I want to keep in mind as we get to the Last Jedi teaser, is every shot that they showed was fairly insignificant and fairly early on in the movie, with the exception of the Kylo Ren shot. And again, that Kylo Ren shot never made it to the final cut of Force Awakens. We heard him in the background of another scene, but we never saw that exact shot of him pulling out the lightsaber and igniting it, because by the time we saw him in that scene, it had already been ignited. So we heard the ignition off screen. But you know, the shot of Finn, it was from the very beginning when he was trying to escape the First Order. The shot of BB-8, again, from that same kind of time frame as they were running from the First Order. Rey, that was an early shot of her. Poe, that was a kind of a significant shot, but really that battle didn't really have a whole lot to do with the overall part of the movie. It was just another step in the movie. And then I think Kylo Ren's shot was probably the most pivotal, but there was, again, no context. We didn't know Rey and Finn were right there. We didn't know what was going on beyond the fact that we do have this dark side person with a red lightsaber. And then, of course, the Millennium Falcon shot, again, that was part of Rey and Finn's escape from Jakku, which we had no idea who was in the Millennium Falcon at that point in the trailer. And then, of course, we saw the new deflector dish on the Millennium Falcon, which was a very, very nice touch by the producers and director of this movie to put that in there, because we did see at the end of Return of the Jedi the deflector dish get knocked off during the Death Star assault. So that was pretty sweet. Overall, I still fucking love this Force Awakens teaser. I go back and watch it every once in a while because, again, you listen to the music and the way the shots are put together. It's just very, very well done, and it really makes me anticipate the Last Jedi teaser and to see what they do with that. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Please go check out the Project VCR podcast with myself and my co-host, Doug. Follow us on Facebook, Project VCR. Just search. There's a page you can like. And then Instagram, Project_VCR. All right. See you later.